Today, we are going back in time to the 2009-2010 season, and we're going to be doing something with the Philadelphia 76ers. We are going to find out what if James Harden didn't wait till 2022 to join the Sixers, and what if somehow he was actually drafted there instead. So we're going to be sending all-time Sixers legend Allen Iverson to the OKC Thunder, and we're adding James Harden to the Philadelphia 76ers for the next couple of seasons. I thought it would be a fun video to send players who are currently on teams in the real NBA back in time onto those same teams, but as a rookie. So today we have a young James Harden teaming up with Iguodala, Elton Brand, and Drew Holiday. But with that being said, we're just going to jump in, simulate James Harden with the Philadelphia 76ers, and this video will last as long as James Harden's current career, so we will stop the simulation about 13 to 14 seasons from now. Now, if you're not new around here, you will notice this is my first video in like a week, and only the third video in the last month. Yeah, I kind of disappeared, went ghost for a little bit, but we are back, baby! And if you just want to see cool 2K experiments come back to the channel every once in a while, hit that subscribe, maybe comment something, I don't know. That's right, I'm putting the simple YouTuber plug that everyone does in the video right off the bat. But to keep it on a real note, I hope you guys all had terrific Christmases, New Year's, and whatever else you may celebrate. End of the first season, the man who doesn't know who Father Time is wins MVP, averaging 30 points and 9 rebounds, 9 assists this season. In real life, he's hooping. He just turned 38 and he's had 2 40-point games in like the last week. And your most improved player went to Big Booty Kyle Lowry. Don't get weird. Don't say pause. Listen, everyone calls him that. You just gotta roll with the punches, guys. The Philadelphia 76ers are the 7th seed. You'll notice the play-in is here. I downloaded a share scenario and it starts in 2022 instead of 2009 in the My League, My Eras situation. So that's why we got the play-in. Am I gonna turn it off? No, because that takes way too much time. It doesn't actually take that much time. I just don't really feel like doing it. So we're stuck with the play-in for this video, which it doesn't really matter. They win by 30. James Harden's moving on to the second round, although he didn't have the greatest game with only 6 points and 9 assists. Oh, and if you want to see his stats, he averaged 16 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal in his rookie year, which you can see his rookie stats. That's much better than what he actually did in his first season in the league. First round against the Pacers, we got a Danny Granger who hasn't fallen off yet, and a young Paul George. They also got Roy Hibbert, a couple of other guys. I don't care. We're not going to win. We're the 7th seed. Shout out to Paul George. Y'all remember Brandon Rush? He used to play for the Warriors. He's a guy. He also played for Utah for a little bit. Well, James Harden is probably sick to his stomach right now because the Thunder are in the finals going up against Paul George. Paul George at this age leading his team to the finals? I haven't seen many Paul George videos this year in the general 2K community, so I might make one here pretty soon as they win in 6 and Paul George is your finals MVP in his like 2nd or 3rd season. Never mind, for some reason Paul George is in the league when he hasn't even got drafted yet, so the guy who made this kind of screwed up. Whatever, we keep it moving. That's the special thing about these videos. You never know what's going to happen. James Harden is now the greatest player on the 76ers, and he's joined by Charlie Villanueva, Mike Dunleavy, and JaVale McGee. Iguodala left him, Lou Williams left him, and it looks like Evan Turner left him as well. He has a brand new core. The 76ers have decided to build around him, and it's not a bad team. We got Ryan Anderson. That's not Ryan. That is Gordon Hayward, but we're going to ignore it and pretend that that is Ryan Anderson. He got CJ Miles, though. This team is pretty rough. I'm not going to lie. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, so we're just going to simulate and see. We're about halfway into the regular season, and James Harden is averaging 22 points and 7 assists. Well, Kevin Love is your MVP. I've never seen this one before. 40 points and 23 rebounds. Don't get me wrong, Kevin Love on the Wolves was a whole different breed, but 40 and 23, that is prime Wilt Chamberlain numbers. Kyrie Irving is your rookie of the year, actually playing with Kevin Love. They just need LeBron now. James Harden, I hate to say it, although you made playoffs and yeah, you're playing Boston, great, congratulations. The Bulls went 73-9. So in this universe, instead of the Warriors taking the record for greatest season of all time, the Bulls just did it for a 2nd time instead. This isn't the Chicago Bulls, this is the Chicagotonio Bullers. I don't even know what this team is. How do they have Derrick Rose, Ginobili, Luol Deng, Tim Duncan, Joakim Noah, Blake Griffin, Drew Holiday, Lou Will, Tyson Chandler, Raymond Felton, Vince Carter? It keeps going. What is this team? Taj? Like, they even got Garrett Temple off the bench. I don't know why I got excited about Garrett Temple. Honestly, he's kind of trash. Also, no wonder it says their rivals are San Antonio. You stole half their team. You stole their entire franchise. You know what? I don't care. I'm simulating. Listen, James, you could do something amazing and win in the first round. It doesn't... Look, you lost. It doesn't even even matter. The Chicago Bulls, Derrick Rose is just him. Why is Dirk on the Clippers? Man, that year of free agency was crazy then, because the Bulls, they're your NBA champions with the greatest roster I've ever seen. I just can't believe that team's been assembled. Tim Duncan, D. Rose, that's a dream team right there. All right, so James Harden decided he does not want to play for Philly anymore, only spent 2 years there. Now he is signed with the Denver Nuggets. It's kind of like he's speed running Allen Iverson's career, and James Harden went to the Nuggets to team up with his former friend Kevin Durant. DeAndre Jordan's there. They got JR and John Wall off the bench. And that's not all. They got Nene, they got Ray Allen, Chauncey Billups, Devin Harris, Wilson Chandler, Evan Turner is back, Luis Scola, Terrence Jones, Jordan Williams, and Eddie House is even here. I know, I'm saying a bunch of players that most of you guys don't care to be announced, or you're like, oh, why is he mentioning him in the video? Listen, man, if you guys don't know, I am a huge fan of random role pieces and meme players, and the computer is having James Harden come off the bench for J.R. Smith. I'm not gonna adjust the rotations. He was a sixth man in real life, so we'll see how it plays out. LeBron James is your MVP, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. James Harden off the bench this season averaged 19 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and a little under a steal. Not the greatest numbers, but he's probably playing a lot less minutes this season compared to last, since he's now coming off the bench. The Nuggets were the second seed, so they were pretty decent. Chicago still on top of the world, and in the first round, I believe we're taking on Kyrie and Kevin Love and Anthony Davis. I kind of paused right there because I saw Anthony Davis, but they also got 268 overall, so this should be a sweep. This should be a really big word for destroying a team. I don't know. I was trying to think of a cool word to use, but then I was like, there's no ones that I can think of, so we'll just keep it running. Second round, we're taking on Dwight Howard, Sean Marion, Tyreek Evans, Mo Williams, and Paul Millsap. I think we should be fine. Honestly, I think there's not a team that we lose to until maybe the Spurs. I haven't looked at their team, but Chicago is going to be a tough battle. Philly even lost to them. It's wraps. It's actually over. We're going to get dominated by the Spurs. How do they have Russell Westbrook, Dwayne Wade, and Kobe Bryant? Can Kevin Durant, James Harden, and John Wall take down that scary big three, one of the greatest triple-double guys of all time? You got Kobe, who's one of the greatest scorers of all time, and then you got Dwayne Wade, who's probably a top 3 shooting guard of all time, in my personal opinion. And if you're curious, obviously my top 3 shooting guards is Jordan, Kobe, and Dwayne Wade. Maybe James Harden will get there if he wins a championship. I don't know. If you consider Luka a shooting guard, I guess he can go there. And this game is super close. With a minute left to go, we're only down by 2. And we are going to jump into this game, see what happens. Is Kobe going to take over? Is James Harden even in the game? We go jumping into this game, and I just noticed Carmelo Anthony is on the Spurs as well, and so is Tony Parker. They got Carmelo off the bench. James Harden dribbling up, missing the shot. That was so easy. It was free. Big shot Bob dribbling, guarded by Westbrook. What's he gonna do? Gonna give it down to Harden. Harden dribbling on Carmelo and makes the layup. Gets shoved down, but he makes the layup. Spurs ball, 30 seconds left. KD has been subbed in. John Wall is in here, and I can't tell who's on the other side of the court. I want to say it's Nene, but Russell Westbrook. Huge dunk by Russell Westbrook. We have just a little bit over a shot clock remaining in this game. 22 seconds. They're gonna give it to Durant. Maybe they run a play for John Wall or James Harden, but KD is that guy. He's easy money sniper. Maybe he's gonna nail a shot, pull up midi wide open. It turned into a floater, and he misses DeAndre. Big rebound out to Harden, sizing up Dwayne Wade. Gets the screen. 5 seconds going for the lay. Floater. Up and in. It's tied game. I don't know why I said up so oddly. That was a super intense moment. I had to commentate for the full 20 seconds, and we are going into overtime for this game 7. As crazy as this game is, though, I'm not sitting through a full 5-minute overtime, so we're just gonna slowly simcast until it gets close towards the end. And once again, it's a 2-point game with a minute to go. Denver down. You'll also notice I switched up the camera angle. I've seen a couple of comments who like the camera angle I use, and a couple people want me to change it up. I'm all good with changing it up if that's what you guys want. I like the camera angle we usually use because nobody else uses it. I don't know, makes it a little different, but I rock with 2K low, so we'll run it. 40 seconds left. The Nuggets need to score. Oh my god, the behind the back pass to KD, and he dunks it. We gotta look at that play again. Look at KD, nice little backdoor. Carmelo, don't know where he is. John Wall notices, behind the back around Russell Westbrook, and then KD yams it on Carmelo's head. Carmelo looking for his revenge, spinning against KD, step back, going to the hoop, mid-range, and it's off. Another rebound by the Nuggets. Here we go. KD, 14 seconds left. What can he do? Is James Harden not on the court? They got J.R. Smith in instead. Either way, 4 seconds on the shot clock, down to DeAndre Jordan, and DeAndre missed the dunk. Rebound by Nene. Out to John Wall. John Wall for a deep and it's off. We're going into a double overtime. This might be the greatest game I've ever jumped into. This game 7 is ridiculous. Listen, if this game goes into quadruple overtime or even triple overtime, I'm getting the Denver Nuggets logo tattooed on my ass. But thankfully, that's not gonna happen because I just spent way too much money on my last tattoo, and the Nuggets are gonna win by 7 points. Dwayne Wade had 34, Russell Westbrook had 31, but we don't care about them. We care about our boys, the Nuggets. James Harden, 23 and 5, KD, 26 and 12, 29 and 7 from John Wall. We move on to the NBA Finals. James Harden is gonna have the showdown of his life against the Chicago Bulls. You all remember that team we looked at last year: Ginobili, D. Rose, Tim Duncan, Noah, and dang, they got a loaded bench, but so do the Nuggets with James Harden, Chauncey Billups, and Ray Allen. Can we take the win? Well, we took one win. We're down 2-1. I mean the win, like the big win, the finals win, the championship win. We are up 3-2. Can James Harden overcome the odds? I mean, Durant's there, and I'm going to be honest, Durant's probably leading this team and is going to win finals MVP, but still, James Harden playing a huge piece off the bench, and they win an NBA championship. Kevin Durant drops 45 points in the Game 6 of the NBA Finals. James Harden had 29, and J.R. Smith had 21 and 10, only missing one shot throughout the whole game. The Denver Nuggets are your NBA champions. KD is Finals MVP, and Harden gets a ring in this universe super early. All right then, Paul George, MVP, 43 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. This is the craziest numbers I've seen ever from Paul George in a 2K video. B. Jennings is your 6th man of the year, 18 points, 8 assists, solid numbers from him. LeBron, Defensive Player of the Year, and Jimmer Fredette, most improved. Yeah, I'm planning on making a video about Jimmer, the original Stephen Curry. Definitely want to show him off. Dude was a shooter, and I'm curious to see what he does in 2K, not only this simulation, but if I do that future video. But this league is kind of crazy because that Spurs team we just beat just went 76 and 6, so it's wraps. We're screwed. We just won an NBA championship, and now we're the 4th seed taking on the Utah Jazz. They have Al Horford and Greg Oden. Safe to say we're sweeping this team. If we lose, then I'm gonna cry because this is the easiest matchup I've seen all video. And now we get the hardest matchup. These guys lost 6 games all year. They got Kevin Love now too? Nah, it's wraps. I'm simulating the season. I don't even care. If we beat them, we beat them. But that is, we want... What the fudge is going on? And yes, I did just say fudge, okay? Listen, YouTube got strict. Usually I'd say the real word, but I'm all set. Don't feel like losing my channel or this video. I'm not gonna lie, but how did we just beat them in 6? How did you guys get the former MVP? You have Kobe, you have... How did they lose is my question. J.R. Smith led us in Game 6. Awesome, that's cool to see. Well, now we're in the conference finals taking on the Clippers. They got Kevin Garnett and Dirk Nowitzki. 2 guys who everyone's like, he's the best power forward. No, he's the best power forward. And there's Tim Duncan, but he's not on that team. He's actually on Chicago. It's a 7-game series again in the Western Conference Finals. This year, though, it's the Clippers, not the Spurs. We already beat them. Listen, man, we beat a team that just went 76 and 6, okay? We gave them almost as many losses in the finals, or the playoffs, I mean, than they did in the regular season. You think we can't beat the Clippers? Of course we beat the Clippers. Kevin Durant, he's him. We're moving on. Timmy D, it's time to lose again. Or maybe not. I doubt we go back-to-back, but there's a chance, and where there's a chance, there's a will, there's a way. We are up 2-1 against the Chicago Bulls. Make it 3-1. Give us the NBA championship. Don't let them come back. And James Harden, against all odds, have won the 2nd championship in a row. Kevin Durant, 31 points. He's your finals MVP. James Harden had 33 and 11 in Game 6. John Wall even putting in some buckets as well. All these teams have a bunch of superstars, but maybe the superstars just don't know how to play together. Unlike us, we're crazy. I did just see a stat that I kind of want to look at again. It was on the little scrolly bar. 56 points. Paul George averaged 56 points in the playoffs. He only played 7 games, but he averaged 43. Dude, he's crazy. And I know he won MVP this year, but I still can't get over the fact that the dude's averaging 43, and now he's averaging 56 in the playoffs. On top of all of that, he has a career high of 70 points. He did it before Devin Booker. He did it before Donovan Mitchell, who just had 71. Donovan Mitchell, congrats, you're crazy. But 3 days after Christmas, Paul George gave everyone the present they so deserved, and that was a 70-point game. That's crazy. They won another championship against all odds against some really crazy teams. You know what? Shout out to the Nuggets. I don't know who their coach is. Probably Mike Malone. So, hey, everyone give a round of applause for Mike Malone, James Harden, John Wall, and Kevin Durant. Apparently, that Big Four is unbeatable. Yeah, that's right. I called it a Big Four. Mike Malone, you were a part of an NBA Big Four. How do you feel, buddy? I have no clue what just happened to the Denver Nuggets, but they've lost everybody besides their Big Three. And James Harden, Kevin Durant, and J.R. Smith. Wait, they lost John Wall, too? It's okay. They have Thanasis, all right? That means they're going to win NBA championship. In real honesty, though, they're probably going going to be like a 7th seed and lose. Derrick Rose on the Dallas Mavericks is your MVP. 26 points, 12 assists, and 2 steals a game. So far, this simulation might be my favorite of all time, mainly because we keep getting different MVPs every season, and that's one of my biggest issues in 2K. Because let's be honest, in real life, LeBron's not going to win MVP every year. Voter fatigue is a thing. Jokic, your Rookie of the Year. 6th man is B. Jennings. Again, LeBron, Defensive Player of the Year. And Alan Crabb? You mean the guy who got that giant contract and sucked has a game of... Paul George dropped 72 this season. Paul George might be the greatest scorer of all time in this video. I don't know why. I don't know what the guy who made this roster has done. I don't know why Alan Crabb is averaging 29 points a game for the Timberwolves either. And Greg Popovich once again went 73-9. Kevin Durant is on the first team. Harden on the second team. I haven't shown his career averages in a while, or his season averages, I should say, but look at him. He's doing great. 26-8 with 2 steals, a block. He's playing well, shooting decent. And somehow they got to be the 5th seed. That's right. Kevin Durant helped carry. Guess what? They're not moving on. I think we all knew that there's no way we were winning a title this year. I mean, our whole bench is a bunch of 70s. So instead, we got the Celtics versus the Spurs, Curry versus Kobe and Dwayne Wade and whoever else is there on the Spurs. Finally, they get it together. They win an NBA championship. Kobe Bryant, job's not finished. He's 36. He honestly might retire this season. Nope, he's testing free agency. He's sick of San Antonio. He doesn't like rattlesnakes or Greg Popovich or anything there in Texas. So he's probably going to leave. Yeah, no, the Spurs definitely got it figured out because James Harden has left Denver and signed with San Antonio in the offseason, which means he joins a new big three with Russell Westbrook, Kevin Love. They also got Marc Gasol, Kyle Lowry, Valanciunas, Carlos Boozer, Corey Brewer, and Kyle Korver. Some of those names, they rhymed. It was a fun time. Bars, Tyshawn Prince, your mom. I don't know where I was going with that. That was embarrassing. It's fine. We're going to simulate. Oh, I didn't switch. I got to switch to the Spurs. Hold up. All right, we control the Spurs, and now I can simulate. But before that, I'm going to make a little change. I had this conversation with a couple of buddies the other night, and I love the Fiesta Spurs. The orange, the pink, the turquoise. It's just such a great color scheme. And because this is my video and I can do what I want, I'm bringing it back. If James Harden leaves and we no longer get to see this cool logo and the cool jerseys, then that sucks. But for the next 4 years, we are rocking with the Fiesta Spurs because I love these jerseys. I love the design. Everything about this team is great. Plus, we got Greg Popovich, so. Derrick Rose wins his 2nd MVP in the simulation, 32-11. D'Lo Russell, Rookie of the Year, playing for the Nets. That's pretty cool. Dame Dalla on the Rockets. LeBron has gone to the Celtics, and he's your Defensive Player of the Year. And Alex Len is your Most Improved Player. Alex frickin' Len. You guys remember this guy? Does he even play anymore? I don't know. And your Coach of the Year is Rick Carlisle. Nobody had a crazy season this year. And Durant went to the Warriors in this simulation as well. Great. Everything's mimicking real life. We got the Spurs. Kevin Love dropping good buckets. He's averaging a light 22-12. He hasn't been the same since he left Minnesota, but that's fine. He's playing with great players like James Harden. Russell Westbrook's a great player too, don't get me wrong, but we're here for James. 21 points, 8 assists, and a steal. He's probably not going to get a lot of touches, a lot of buckets, and the first round we're playing his former team in the Rockets. I say former team like he's been on this team in the simulation. Did they just get swept? Excuse me? Who's on Houston? Curry left the Celtics to go to the Houston Rockets with Damian Lillard. They got AK-47, Danny Granger, Darren Collison, DeAndre Jordan. They got a pretty solid roster. I can't believe they just swept us. I thought our team is a little bit better, but it's okay. You can't win every single year. We got D. Rose taking on his former team in real life and simulation. Anthony Davis, though, he's now the head honcho in Chirac, and it don't matter. Dallas, your NBA champions. Derrick Rose wins a championship, averaging 34-14 in the finals. All of James Harden's friends have left him, and now he's all alone in San Antonio. Can he lead this team to the finals? Probably not, but then again, we've seen crazier things happen in this video already. We did lose by 50 to the NBA champion Dallas Mavericks, though. Do you want to take a moment to say thank you, guys? Because over the last 2 weeks, we've hit 7,000 subscribers and 1 million total channel views. That is huge at numbers I never expected to hit, so truly, if you're watching this to this point, thank you very much. It means a lot, and I want to quadruple those numbers going into the next year. My biggest goal is probably somewhere around 10 to 15k subscribers by the end of 2023. Hopefully we can hit it. Hopefully we can succeed that and do even better. Maybe go to 50k, 100k. That's a little far out. Maybe I'm kind of expecting a little too much, but this is the year we grow. Last year was the year I grow, and the year before we grow. Listen, guys, everyone says this at the beginning of the new year. Don't act surprised. Speaking of surprises, I'm kind of surprised that the Spurs are doing so well. They're the 6th seed right now, 44-32. 38 at the end of the season. LeBron James is your MVP for the Boston Celtics, 24-11. DeJounte Murray, Rookie of the Year. Sixth man, Alan Crabb. I don't know why he's so good at basketball, but he is. LeBron, Defensive Player of the Year. Doc Rivers went 76-6. Is that the 76ers? If they became a super team, well, oh no, because he's still in Boston. So some of the coaching staff is accurate, some of it isn't. But Doc Rivers still with the Boston Celtics. Cool to see. Earlier in the season, we lost by 40 to the Dallas Mavericks, so I'm simulating through round because I'm expecting us to lose. And I was right. I was correct. You know, when you play this game a lot, you see some things, you know some things, and LeBron's going to the finals to go up against the GOAT, Paul George. Derrick Rose is on the Celtics. I didn't even realize that. So you got a duo of D. Rose and LeBron taking on Paul George and Steph Curry. Paul George has scored over 70 points in the simulation twice, and now he wins a championship. He's turning out to be the MVP of the simulation. I need James Harden to start putting up those kind of numbers. And honestly, you know what? To make this video extra special, extra spicy, the Pelicans don't exist back then, and we've simulated so far, but I don't want to get rid of the Bobcats because the Bobcats are fun, so we are adding an expansion team for the Pelicans, and as you can see, the Seattle Supersonics. I mean, why not? Everyone loves the Sonics. James Harden, he never got to play for the Sonics. Maybe he can play against the Sonics. I don't know. I just felt like adding them to the league. So now there's 32 teams in the league. It might get a little bit crazy. We only have a few more years till the video ends as it is, because James Harden is about to enter his 8th season as an NBA player, which means there's only 4 to 5 more seasons after the following one until we end the video. I'm just simulating up to current day and then ending it there, so whatever James Harden does, he does. Help has finally arrived in San Antonio because James Harden is now joined by one of the best players in the league, Kendrick Perkins. You thought I was talking about D'Angelo Russell. Nope, we got Perk on the building. On the building, I meant to say in the building and on the team at the same time, and then I combined them. You get the idea. It somewhat made sense. Anyways, we're going to simulate. James Harden, go crazy, buddy. Derrick Rose wins another MVP for the Boston Celtics. Good for him, 27-13. Great numbers. Guy Dawkins, a non-real player, won Rookie of the Year for the Pelicans. Giannis, 6th Man of the Year. LeBron, Defensive Player of the Year. And Porzingis, your most improved on the Sonics. James Harden, 2nd team. 24 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He's a 90 overall. He's slowly starting to go down. And they didn't even make playoffs. Yep, they did not make playoffs. They were so bad that the Sonics and the Pelicans made playoffs, but he didn't. We got another Paul George versus Celtics matchup, and this time the Celtics win a championship. Derrick Rose is your finals MVP, capping off a crazy season for them. What the hell? The Celtics got Dirk and Blake? The super teams that have been built in this video are unreal. I don't know how it's happening so often. I don't know why James Harden can't get himself a super team, but he might join one because he only has 1 year left on his contract, so who knows how much longer he'll be in San Antonio hanging out with Greg Popovich and friends. This is the year that James Harden gets back to the finals because he has Anthony Bennett on the team now. He also got DeAndre Ayton. He's cool or whatever, but it's not Anthony Bennett, right? LeBron James wins MVP for the Celtics. The Celtics are now dominating the second half of the simulation. Luka's Rookie of the Year for the Nuggets, replacing James Harden 10 years later. Rudy Gay on the Rockets. LeBron Defensive Player of the Year. And Clint Capella, he's your most improved. 20 points, 12 rebounds, solid year. Doc Rivers, once again, dominant season for his team. I mean, it makes sense. They got a great squad, but James Harden and D'Lo made the All-NBA 2nd team. James Harden is somehow going back up in overall. He was just a 90, now he's a 92, so I don't know what's happening. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. And D'Angelo Russell went off this season, man. 28-10 with 2 steals a game. The Spurs, they're pretty solid, taking on the Lakers in the first round. A team with Bradley Beal, Aaron Gordon, Joakim Noah, and George Hill. This should be an easy round for us. Let us move on to the next round. Thank you. Oh, so that's awkward. We lost. It was not an easy round for us whatsoever. James, you are stinking it up, man. Dwayne Wade is now on the Warriors. Kevin Durant should still be with Golden State, but it don't matter. Derrick Rose, LeBron, too crazy of a duo. They win another NBA championship. Well, James Harden has left the Spurs. I don't know where he is. We're about to find out together. We're going on a journey through all these rosters. You can see all the other teams while we look for him. Maybe we'll never find him. Maybe he's lost forever. I don't know. Feel bad for any Milwaukee Bucks fans, by the way, because apparently Michael Bridges is your guys' best player. So that's a little embarrassing. Oh my God, what is this team? Russell Westbrook, Jokic, Ginobili, and Kawhi Leonard's the worst out of those 4 players. Okay, whatever. I still can't find James. Oh, there's James. Never mind. I found him. He's playing for the Grizzlies. They got a loaded team. Miles Turner, Harrison Barnes, Mike Conley, Paul Millsap. So I just went over to switch to the Grizzlies so we can follow James Harden's career, and I'm just now noticing the guy who made this roster, it's the Long Beach Lakers instead of Los Angeles. I don't know if it took me this long to realize it or if I saw it earlier and I just didn't point it out, but why is it the Long Beach Lakers? I don't know. I didn't do that. The other guy did. You know how I mentioned earlier in the video I was loving the simulation because we kept getting different MVPs? Well, now it's just going from Derrick Rose to LeBron to Derrick Rose, so now I'm kind of bored. As you can tell, he won MVP, Rookie of the Year, Ja Morant. He fought a little kid, so I don't know how people feel feel about him now. Maybe he's turning into the next Devin Booker, and he's just a random young player everyone dislikes. Back in 2K22, I put him in a middle school team because his tweets were like a middle... Listen, it was a banger video. Go check it out if you haven't. Sixth man of the year is Jabari Parker. The Celtics are loaded. But Harden still made the All-NBA second team, averaging 25 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Solid numbers, James. Where are you at in the playoffs? Oh, wait, what the heck? He's in the Eastern Conference. Oh, because they're Memphis. Oh, that's weird. That's actually really... I don't know how I feel about Memphis being in the Eastern Conference, but he's the third seed, so he might be pretty decent. Can we beat the Hawks? And we do, barely, in 7. Now we are taking that Chicago Bulls team on. Are they still loaded? Yeah, pretty much. Russell Westbrook, Ginobili, Kawhi, Thad Young, and Jokic. Can we take them down? You know what, Miles Turner? You're our center. I believe in you. I think you're better than Jokic. Not actually, but most of you guys know Miles Turner is one of my favorite players in the league that is not a Boston Celtic. Him and Jordan Nwora, they're just the GOATs. We got a Game 7 on our hands, though, against the Chicago Bulls. James Harden, it's been a while since you've done anything in playoffs, and I think it's going to be even more of a while. I mean, the dude is down like 24 points right now. Is he going to come back and win this? Probably not. He's no Darius Garland, all right? The Bulls win in 7. James Harden drops 30 points, but it's not enough, and he's eliminated for playoffs once again. And I just found out that LeBron James is now a Dallas Maverick. Yep, I just noticed that. He's in the finals. This team also has Kemba Walker, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron, and Anthony Davis, and Dwight Howard. Yeah, no, that's a scary Memphis team. Not Memphis. We're Memphis, and we're not scary at all. We lost in the second round. I meant scary Mavericks team. Can they win a championship over the Bulls? They do. They sweep. Anthony Davis, finals MVP. The best part about this is Anthony Davis used to be on the Chicago Bulls, and then he just beat them in the finals to win a finals MVP. Shout out to AD. Hallelujah, boys. We got a new MVP. This time it's AD. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Brandon Clark, Rookie of the Year. 6th man IT. LeBron, Defensive Player of the Year. James Harden is on the All-NBA second team. 24 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. His rebounds have been going up like crazy. He was only averaging 3 a couple years ago, and now he's averaging 9. Playing really great all around. Good for him. Is he in the playoffs? He is. They're the second seed in the East. Washington's the best team in the league. What the? Oh, it's because they got Luka and Kevin Durant. All right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Complete sense. Can we beat up Cleveland real quick, though? We're already up 3-0. Yep, give us the sweep. Now we're going to play Toronto. Who's in Toronto? Carmelo, I think, was there for a bit, but he's not there anymore. D'Angelo Russell, the former teammate of James Harden, Jason Tatum, Allen Crabbe, Jabari Parker, and Marc Gasol. We know what D'Lo can do. We know what Allen Crabbe can do. I mean, shit, he won how many different awards and all kinds of just great things, all right? He's way too good in this game. I don't know why the guy who created him made him like an actual usable NBA player, because let's be honest, he was just Andre Roberson with a little bit better three-point shot, okay? He wasn't that great. We're taking on the Wizards. Luka, KD. I just realized James Harden has to play another one of his former teammates in the Eastern Conference Finals. Can they go to the finals again, though? Memphis, you're down 3-2. Win this game, please. If they win, I would be shocked. I'm not gonna lie. Luka and KD's a crazy duo and so much better than James Harden and Mike Conley. But guess what? Mike Conley, James Harden, they don't agree. They're winning. Bubble God had 22. Miles Turner, my GOAT, 28 points. Here we go. Game 7. Wizards versus Grizzlies. James Harden second to last season, I believe, because Jalen Green and them are about to get drafted, and then we have the Paolo draft, and then I'm going to end it before Victor can get into the league, and it looks like we're going to be moving on to the... Oh, no. It doesn't look like we're moving on to the finals. It looks like we're moving on to our second or third jump-in game of the video. 124, a minute and 30 to go. Last time we jumped in, we were playing with KD. This time, we're playing against KD, baby. James Harden has the ball. A minute and a half left remaining in this game. Luka guarding James Harden. Two players who get compared a lot in current day, and James Harden misses the 3. The Wizards wearing the best jersey in their franchise history. I love these jerseys. Durant guarded by James Harden. Two former friends going at it here in the Eastern Conference Finals. Down low to Luka. Luka with a layup over James Harden, and it's good. 2-point lead for the Wizards. James Harden going up against a player who he's, you know, very similar to, and his former teammate. Mid-range pull-up. Misses again. 2 straight misses. Durant working on TJ Warren, trying to get around. Down low to Mullen. I don't know who he is, and it's an easy lay. Down 4 with only 30 seconds left. James Harden needs a miracle and not awful layup. Oh my God, James, you sold. They foul. James Harden sells the game away. CJ McCollum is on this team. Luka, KD. Yeah, okay. James Harden, you've let me down. We're moving on to the next season. We had the perfect opportunity for a jump in. It was close, and then James Harden just choked back to back. LeBron, your NBA champion. He beats KD and Luka, and we're just moving on to the next year. I'm that disappointed in James. I have no clue where this just came from, but Russell Westbrook wins MVP, averaging 40 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists, and 2 steals. Cade Cunningham wins Rookie of the Year for the Kings. Batum is your 6th man. James Harden, what the? Yeah, the simulation is cursed. It's over. At this point, I don't even know if I want to continue. James Harden win Defensive Player of the Year. For years, everyone was like, oh, James can't play defense. Well, guess what? 2K doesn't agree. Cole Anthony, most improved. Good for you. 78-4. Nope, video's over. Somebody went 78-4. I don't even care. I'm going to simulate. They're the 4th seed. We're not beating a team that went 78-4, let alone the Toronto Raptors. Like, James, you're just embarrassing me at this point. The Atlanta Hawks taking on the Mavericks. It's Curry versus LeBron. LeBron wins 4-0 sweep. Is this the team that just went 79-4 or whatever? The Dallas Mavericks just went 78-4. The greatest record I've ever seen in 2K. Chris Paul, Bradley Beal, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Cat, Paul George, Kemba Walker, Miles Turner. What the hell? Mark Cuban must be bribing somebody, because how is this a real lineup that happens in 2K? I don't even know. Have one final season in the league. Are you going to beat that team? Probably not. He's a free agent too, so he could join a super team and beat them. There's a chance he might win a championship. He has joined Russell Westbrook on the Long Beach Lakers. They also got Josh Jackson, DeAndre Jordan, Pascal Siakam, Frank Ntilikina, Derek Favors, Cedi Osman, James Johnson, Alex Len, and, you know, a couple of other okay-ish players. I don't know if it's a championship team when we compare them to the Dallas Mavericks, but maybe there's some hope that they win the title this year. LeBron wins one last MVP. Paolo's your Rookie of the Year. Mike Conley, 6th man defensive. LeBron and Ja Morant is your most improved. James Harden is on the All-NBA 3rd team, averaging 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. And the Lakers are the 3rd seed, taking on the Houston Rockets. Can they get by them? No, they can't. This is embarrassing. James Harden, you are a fraud. The Dallas Mavericks and LeBron James win one more championship, and with that, that's the end of the video. James Harden, ignoring the first 2 seasons you see right here, over the course of his career, averaged like 22 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a little under a block. Shot really well, had a couple of great seasons. James Harden was a 2-time champion, a 10-time All-Star, a Defensive Player of the Year, and all kinds of All-NBA and All-Defense award nominations. He did pretty well. He wasn't the greatest, he wasn't the worst. He had 45 points in this Game 5. It wasn't his fault. That's gonna do it for the video. Glad to be back. Glad to recording and uploading and editing and all that stuff. I'm super happy. Appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe, all that stupid YouTuber stuff. And as always, been your boy Little Codeine. Peace out.